Previously on Tessie Teams.
You want me to kill you? And Oak True Strike says, yes, but not now. At that time, when you meet me, I will not remember you. And Pendragon says, you're absolutely sure. Absolutely. The person you're going to kill is no friend of mine. His hand is on something like an orb of some kind, like a scrying orb. And the only other time you've seen anything like this was a Nemazir seed.
Why is there?
There is a black tree.
There's a black tree
that she has taken as her throne.
Yes.
And every day there is a harvest of these.
Oh no.
Immediately upon entering, you think that you are utterly surrounded.
Format this out, and I say, I'm Walnut of the Enclave Panic.
No, and they move their hand into the Enclave salute.
I've come here to speak to Nalan about the harvesting of Nemazir seeds.
The sort of burning, razor-sharp filaments. Mm-hmm. And so as that central core erupts, just a ballet of these sharp strands just whip and lick out from the central core. Where will you go?
I must go to Waterdeep.
Then we will follow.
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulchre, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send them home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line and initial it twice.
Wait a minute.
Hello.
It's a chop.
Hello. I'm Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcane and PAX. I'm also a Minifis Hereward Drawn, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated, but today, I'm Jeriford K. Hork-Rims, and I'm here to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons with my friends to my right. It's a 22. No.
It's a chop.
No. To my right, repping, no, that's not it. Dragonborn narcissist Dinar Blitzan.
2 weeks.
Because this is like your Dragonborn snout, but it's also clapping. We think.
We all
We
thought
think.
to change it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
I
good.
like blowing kisses.
Yeah.
Plus,
It's like Nancy Pelosi.
It is.
Wow.
That beak. To the right of my right, repping the natural world, Walnut Dawn Grass Kakra.
It's me. The end.
Kakra.
It's a bird. Tweet.
Tweet.
Right. To my left,
It's a Tweety too.
Do you even remember me?
by popular demand, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Beestinger.
I'm very constipated on that one.
Just exhausted by the end.
Feels good to be back.
All cylinders.
100% mouth, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Oh, crap. I saw a picture, because remember, one moment. Because we were in, well, I was in my bed. I assume you were in your bed.
I was.
It was a separate bed, obviously, a different place. And I was like, hey, don't even worry about coming playing the game tomorrow.
Yes.
It's fine. I was like, listen, you gotta heal,
I remember these texts.
like emotionally, physically. You gotta, and you're like,
I was like,
nah.
no, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on my way. I can't get enough. And then I wake up in the morning and your face is a sphere. And I was like, okay, well, maybe don't come because of your sphere face.
Yeah, and I was like, I cannot. I will not come. It was not like the mouth wasn't touching to make the words. It would
No,
not
I
have been a
could.
cute look.
Okay, so that aperture, that was like, that's the size of it like the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, emergency dental work is what they're talking about.
Yeah,
It wasn't that packed.
No.
For the podcast.
For the
Trying to
podcast.
figure it out.
Keep touching her teeth.
And it doesn't hurt.
No, exactly.
Amazing.
No, it's all great. There's no pain anywhere, actually.
So good.
Ever again. That's what they said. To the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud. Cthulhu's
Let
drow.
me try your weight.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Odd relief at the end of it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Squeeze it out.
No, it's great.
That's what they say.
Don't pitch.
Roll
What
it.
they say, yeah.
Roll the tube. Indeed, when last we saw our heroes,
Oh, and they were heroes.
oh, indeed, deeply heroic. Yeah, more of this. So it should be said, are you caught up with your own show?
No, I'm busy. But also immersion.
Yeah, Rosie wasn't there. So
Yeah, Rosie
we'll have
wasn't
to
there.
fill
We
Rosie
can just
in
do it in,
live.
do it live.
Immersion.
Yeah,
Cut it in
I
camera.
honestly I meant to, but I've been
No, dude,
It in camera.
it's fine. It'll be authentic. You can
Right.
be exposed to this content in real
finally.
time.
Yes.
When last we saw our heroes, in addition to
That yawn is not an indictment of you in any
no,
way.
I didn't feel indicted before. Oak True Strike died at least 1,000 times at the
a
hand.
lot.
I know. At the hand of the scion of the Enclave, Walnut Dawn Grass, utilizing a novel artifact called a Noble Knife. If you're not familiar with any of the stuff that I've just said, I definitely recommend that you grab secure access to the PAX East game. It's only about an hour and 45 minutes. Very,
Yeah.
very easy listen.
And if you want to do that right now, you just hit pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Just come back.
Yeah,
and
we're not going anywhere. We'll wait
yeah.
right here. Actually,
Everybody pause.
we won't pause. We'll just find other ways to engage ourselves.
Great, actually.
We'll
You
just
guys don't mind?
We'll just be quiet while they watch.
I'll just pull it up.
Let's
right
just
here.
watch it live.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can comment like the
Live
director's
commentary,
commentary.
yes.
We can be like the shadow heads.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
That's when I rolled the dice.
it's true. Yes, we can play. Okay. At first, I misread. I thought it was, can we play Dad? And it's like,
Can we play Dad?
that also works.
All of us?
Constantly.
All
Yeah.
right.
But having managed that, understand that these events took place in the very crucible of a destroyed Acquisitions Incorporated Waterdeep headquarters.
What did Oak do to deserve this wrath?
It's,
I mean,
it's-
aside from his usual shit.
bring it up with your
Yeah.
girl.
Okay.
Now, as I suggested during that game, 3 weeks have passed. Stones are still being brought in the headquarters, as I suggested near the very end, is now something more akin to an authentic building insofar as there are walls. The novel and complex structures that make up the base of it, as I've described, something like a three-dimensional sliding puzzle, a mystic Rubik's Cube, if you will, of purpose-built cubes are being even now fitted and slid into this matrix. The very last thing that happened that I think is very important that everyone know is that Coriander, the most expensive horse in the history of Dungeons and Dragons campaigns,
Careful what you say next.
Dead.
did eat
Hemlock.
in its entirety a silver sliver mask containing the spirit of penitent.
Why would you guys feed that to her?
Brahma fed it to her.
It was
my
the
God.
last sentence he said before the cameras turned off. We didn't have a chance to stop him.
No,
Oh my God.
just that muzzle, that beloved muzzle, rustling around in that pouch, getting access to the face, chewing a lot, maybe too much. It's completely gone. That's the takeaway.
And has Coriander evolved into...
That is the last thing that happened during the game.
Well, I'm asking you now. Tell me. What's her deal? What's she
Does she
like?
look different
That's what
now?
the game is about. We have to investigate it in real time together.
Just tell me.
Kate.
It's
7. What was that?
Just get right to the end. Tell me all this stuff. I can do that.
Question about timing, though, because you had a little flash forward at the end of the last one, and I presume that we were able to meet up with Rosie as some of the headquarters was being restored.
Well, things were happening with Rosie. Understand that during PAX, Rosie engaged in some adventuring of her own in the city of Waterdeep, but there are details there that I am not aware of. Feel free to reintroduce yourself in the canonically appropriate way, because your girl ran a live game of dice camera action
Before the dental trauma.
pre-trauma.
Yeah. Which maybe it
Call
caused
us
it.
the trauma.
Yeah,
Say-
yeah. They were
yeah.
so sweet. They gave me a cavity.
They're so suboptimal.
For those who didn't watch the Dice Camera Action show at PAX East, I got to DM, and they asked me to DM it as Rosie, asking the Waffle crew to essentially do some kind of favor for her. So it was an episode about Rosie's funeral, which was being held in Waterdeep, and I don't want to spoil it, but you should go watch it.
But none of us were invited. So.
No. So how good a funeral could it really have been?
Yeah.
That's how you know it was fake,
weren't.
because y'all weren't invited.
We weren't invited to funerals.
Yep.
We weren't invited to weddings.
Yep. Some weddings. Certain weddings.
There's a lot going on, but in the middle of all this, I mean, you are aware, you have managed your affairs, certainly spent time with your granddaughter, Strix Beestinger.
Yep. Guilt tripped her a lot.
I expect nothing less.
Yeah.
That being said, how do you reintegrate yourself after your profound absence back to the headquarters, which is itself not far, too close almost certainly for DF's liking?
Oh, absolutely. I suppose after the events of that game, I imagine...
Issue 73.
Right. I kind of like, well, that's another mystery solved by the Waffle crew. And I just march my way all cheerfully over to Acq Inc. headquarters, knowing full well that probably something terrible has befallen it. But I imagine it takes me 3.5 minutes to walk there.
Yeah.
So
Thereabouts.
I can see the plume of smoke from where I stand.
Thereabouts. And even now, carts of fresh stone are still moving toward this. It's still it's still being made even as you arrive.
Okay.
But it is in a much, much better state than you had heard. Here, I will take my shoes off.
Thank you.
For this next bit.
For my next
Our absolute silence.
for my next trick. But that is the scenario.
Okay, what do I see as
You
I
see
get
before
to
you.
HQ?
Even out front, you can see Coriander in lockdown mode out front, the southern wall of the Acquisitions Incorporated headquarters.
Okay.
A lot of new stone, occasionally alongside darker stone, but in aggregate, something like a building.
Okay. And I see y'all? Or are you inside somewhere?
Last we checked, Walnut and Brahma were outside watching Coriander do the eating deed.
Yeah.
The chewings?
Yeah, this can be synchronized
Okay.
with ease. That is the power I have behind this very screen.
Excellent. That's great, Jerry.
All right, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
So I think sort of completely inappropriate to whatever has transpired.
Well, indeed, as you come around, you can see Brahma looks a little sheepishly. You know, it's like if you see somebody and you know them, but it's like you're not emotionally ready to talk to them.
Yeah.
You can sort of pretend that didn't happen. Yeah.
Yep. And so I approach the two of you and Coriander.
Oh, Rosie,
Yeah?
I didn't see you.
Oh, is this Brahma?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Walnut.
Sorry.
It's only Brahma.
Incredible. Brahma?
Grandmother.
Anyway, that's all I'm willing to talk to Brahma. So, what's the situation here? Anything I can help with? Seems like the reconstruction is well underway.
I I have a lot to fill you in.
I was gone maybe an hour. Tops.
Okay. Well,
Very old.
What happened?
I'm trying to think.
Let me guess. This one proposed to you. You had a whole wedding. She broke your heart, left you at the altar again.
No.
Really? I have no other ideas. What happened?
No, we are married.
We're one flesh.
I wouldn't put it that way, but she puts it that way, so. Happy wife, happy life. I don't know. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Oak True Strike
Oh, yeah.
has been defeated. Permanently. And in all realities. I'm pretty proud of it.
I did a good job.
You did this?
I did.
Wow. Defeating him in all realities? Incredible. You gotta teach me.
It may be my greatest feat. Wow. I don't know where to go from here.
Was he responsible for all of this?
No, that was Sorsha and the Six
Wait, Sorsha?
exploded.
Sorsha.
Oh, yes, of
Doldroma.
course.
Doldroma.
Doldroma.
Sorry.
Drama exploded.
It's right.
Yeah.
I love
Right.
Willow
I
too.
was like,
It's like
wait.
Sorsha
You know what I mean?
exploded? No.
Drama.
I like
I
it.
got my Dragonborns confused,
Yes.
and
Fair.
that's awful.
That's fair. That's
that is-
terrible.
Look, I don't
Dude,
want to say
honestly,
what
they
that
should,
implies.
2019. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
that should actually be, she should actually have done it.
Yeah, and she goes, I'm sorry, Doldroma.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. It's a little bit racist of you, though.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Coming
God.
from the, like, racist grandma character.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But me and my warriors were able to dispatch of Oak and solve the Doldroma problem.
Can you roll a perception check really quick?
Sure. 6.
4. It's a 4. I love it. Cool.
What's your number?
It's mine. Don't take my
Number
number.
of the
Just you
priest.
just remember it's been a while and it's really nice to see Walnut again.
It's been an hour.
It's been
No.
Jerry knew it was coming.
my wife.
Let's just get them all out.
Let's get them all out. Yeah. What else?
Well, I've loved being back, but it is time for me to head on out for a couple weeks.
No, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. Okay.
Walnut says, I wish you could have been there.
I wish I could have too. It sounds incredible. And Oak sucked.
He did. Thank you.
That guy is good, like good riddance, bad rubbish, etc.
Agreed.
High five. I
think-
reach way up.
Oh, and I smack down. Just dunk it.
But Brahma for real? Like you guys are for
Yes,
real?
for real.
For real. I did not ask you, Brahma. I did not ask you.
All right.
Yes, Cathris attended.
Really?
Cathris, if you care to notice, I'm not super far away, but I am. I've conjured a number of unseen servants that are scrubbing a portion of the replacement wall that looks bloodied. And it's the result of Grave of Men, having been very upset at his treatment, at the callous treatment that he received at the very end of the last adventure.
You busted out Grave of Men? I missed that too?
What?
I didn't do anything.
He didn't have a chance.
He had a
Oh my
fit,
gosh.
yeah.
No, Walnut says that in character. He didn't do anything.
All right, well, I give you this like very piercing stare. Mm-hmm. I stare you down a little bit and I say, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Thank you, Grandma.
Welcome to the family. It's good to have you. I was wondering when you two crazy kids would finally get it together.
The flip.
All right.
It's like
It's weird. No, I don't know if it's real.
I
I don't know if
You
it's.
just told me it was real.
mean, it is real. I don't know. You really flipped on a dime, on a tuppence, on a
Listen.
whatever we got in D&D.
I don't
Fancy
know.
money.
I don't know what from what, except that this one just you can't get rid of her. She's sticking around. So if she's sticking around and she's making an honest woman out of you, then by all means, mazel tov. Happy for you two. You're part of the family now, and then you get a big hug from Rosie right around the knees.
I give Brahma a thumbs up. Like, Grandma, too.
I was just gonna say over the Rosie. You get the wink.
Nice.
See, I got this. I told you.
I know, you were right. You were right. I look at Rosie real quick and I go, there's, the other thing is that we saved Omen.
Oh, that's interesting to hear. Great news, obviously. When you say you saved him, was he, maimed or
No, he's perfect working condition.
everything tip top?
Tip top. Toe to tip.
Was
Tip
he
to taint. He's fine.
even the taint?
To taint it. It's like, that's all that survived.
Just the tip
No,
of the taint.
Brahma's mouth.
Walnut has been, she has wanted to go up to Omen and flex and be like, we saved you. And she's been working up the nerve to do it for what is it? We've been here a week?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
She's been trying to talk to him for 3 weeks, and every time she goes to do it, it's just like him walking by, and she'll be like, I'll do it later.
Yeah, he looks
I'll get
busy.
it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, we saved him.
Well, that is, of course, excellent news.
I see. I told you she would be excited.
I am surprised and excited, and not in that order, different order, the other one.
Great. So
I'm mostly excited.
you're all caught up.
What a hell of an adventure. What a heck of a great time that you guys seem to have without me.
These certainly were some Dungeons and Dragons.
These dragons. These are the dragons that will remember all our lives.
It
Yep.
was about the dragons we made along the way.
Nice.
I don't know.
Where's Dinar?
Yeah, I want to know that.
Where's
Amy.
who's Amy?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where's Omen's office in relation to all this?
So you may recall from your earlier trip out here, around about the time of the wildcard license test, that he has an office that exists in a continuum with the cubes that shift and rest. And so you know that he has one there and can be contacted and requested.
Well, has it been rebuilt?
Yeah. Even now, they're actually lifting inside. They are lifting new cubes and placing them in the continuum. So they're even now replacing some of the old stuff. I mean, not 2 weeks ago, it was all melted. It was steel beams that had been heated to the point where it looked like a net.
So in the 3 weeks since the fight, Dinar has been reclusive in his efforts, let's say, to help clean up everything, and off on his own. And then he's
There's plenty of places, in town to delve into gambling. Like, there's plenty of places for him to be.
I think
Dinar Blitz.
He would help fix everything up, but he was off, not commingling.
Yeah.
And then,
not after hours.
No. And I think he would have been at this point leaving Omen's office and
Okay.
with his stuff,
Like a box of.
like a knapsack.
Figures.
Well,
stick
whatever was in the cart, because they're not at the Drawn Courtier where all
Right,
this stuff
yeah.
is.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
got,
Yeah, so basically it works. It's sort of like a bathysphere type situation where it can rise to the top. The door can open. You can creep out. The door can close behind you, and then with a grind of mechanical gears, it will slide back down into the guts of the headquarters.
Do we see him coming out?
Oh, this is inside the building itself.
Okay, so there's enough reconstructed that he's still hidden from us. Okay,
Occluded, as they say.
I do.
There is, alongside the other carts of supplies and building materials, a cart stops too fast in front of the headquarters, and the door flies open, and a tall, substantial elven woman in plate mail, short cropped, almost platinum hair, comes out, and then from behind her is someone just saying "Niffy" over and over again. And they are trying to get out of the cart at the same time without success. Ultimately, Propha is able to extricate herself from her daughter's enthusiasm, and they push their way past you. You get a quick wave from Auspicia.
Do they look worried or excited?
Excited.
Okay.
They push their way in the front door, which has inside of it the what was historically been the company store, but there isn't much product available to those who are enthusiasts of the brand.
I assume that's the first thing that got looted
Yes.
in the destruction.
Or consumed in psychic fire.
Got looted by Walnut.
Yeah.
The cart is just decked out.
She's like bulging with AI shaped.
But the way that works, no, it's cool. It's like when you go into the movie theater, right?
Yes.
The situation is like, but you like open the Horde's person's bag, and then you're dumping all of the products in, but now there's too much product, so it's spilling out in the back room.
Into the gift shop.
Into the gift shop. Oh, wow.
You've created a novel continuum.
It's a gold dupe.
What if
It's a
the
gold
gift
dupe.
shop was the museum?
The whole time.
It's like you'd buy everything there. That you
Consider
see
it.
and like.
Consider it.
Okay, so Propha and Auspicia come
Yeah,
tearing past us.
they come tearing past you. Propha does not look your way, but you don't think it's personal. You think that she's just got something else on her mind. But they push their way into the guts of the building,
Okay.
past the rest of the group.
Oh, I would definitely go in and see what they're up to.
Yeah, I'll come with you. I'm
Yeah.
peppering Brahma with questions about her favorite baked goods, her favorite plays, what kind of songs she likes to play the best on her war lute, those kinds of things.
I'm like all chuffed about this.
Oh yeah, exactly. So but because this is like, I mean, I know from, it's like after I started dating Brenna, and I met her mom, I met her grandma. We call her Gigi, right?
Cute.
But holy shit, this woman, like, she heard offhand that I liked A1 sauce.
Oh boy.
So there was a period of time where there was
Which one?
I didn't travel the first one.
Just A1, just any one sauce.
Anyone's
The sequels, the sequels never.
The
as
important
good.
thing is that there's only one of them.
One.
Just get any sauce, but as long as there's
Yep.
one of them.
Like, she started keeping it in her purse,
Just in case.
like the
you needed
small
it.
bottle.
Right? They made it small.
And when I went to her house, it was
Like an
like
airplane look.
the fuck off size, like the brontosaur.
Really cute.
So sweet.
It was so sick.
She liked you.
It was so sick. And then it's like, but then it got weird because it's like that was a phase for me, A1, but it was literally everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like she kept pushing the A1 on me, and I was just like, oh, it's not who I am anymore.
Back
you know what I
off, Gigi.
We miss
Don't need
you.
to know this.
Exactly. So you draft. You draft behind. Dinar Blitzen is now stepping out of the office.
Yeah.
It has descended back down below the floor.
I stop mid-sentence when I see you carrying some kind of pack.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen you. So,
What's your deal? Where are you looking? What do you see?
Dinar would say, oh, good to see you.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up? Missed you, bud.
Yeah,
Son! The maul is being banged on the superstructure in the center of the room.
She's like knocking on the basement.
yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks. It would have been good to have you here,
Oh,
he says, and then tries to squirm away.
where? Well, I mean, hold on. Where's the fire? Where are you headed?
I don't know. And I don't know if I'm coming back.
Okay.
And he just glares at Walnut. Just glares.
All right. Before you make any rash decisions, why don't you tell me what happened?
Puts his stuff down because he was trying to ghost. He's 50 years old or whatever. He's still a dumb baby
Of course,
kid.
yeah.
So he was just trying to ghost without conflict, but then he gets
Conflicted.
conflicted, gets incensed, and he goes. He puts his stuff down in a big huff, and he goes, we killed him. We didn't kill him. She killed him. And we didn't have to kill him. And I'm tired of killing people that don't have to die. I'm tired of killing for all of you. I don't want to hurt people. And it seems like misery is always our first option. And he gets really upset.
I have sidled up there, and I say, maybe too quick, I say, well, Dinar, everybody has to die.
You lied to me. You lied to me during that fight. I remember a time when we've had to deal with your weird gods, and you've put us in danger, and we go out of our way to save you. And we didn't try to save him. You weren't there. He was begging for his life, and we didn't save him. We didn't try to save him. And what was his mortal sin? What was the sin that's unforgivable? That he was sweet on your girlfriend before you were, and that he deserved to die for that?
Whoa, he was housing an evil god.
You don't
So
know
is he.
anything about this.
I know enough to know that death is not the answer. Why is it always the first answer? Why is death always the first answer? Why don't we ever try to save anyone? Are any of us worth saving? Is that the motto here?
I'll go along with you on that one. The answer is no. First of all, it's not. I don't serve an evil god. I serve an amoral god.
Care.
Two,
Yells.
there's no such thing as good or evil. These are.
Oh my God!
The Omen's cube, as this happens, Omen's cube locks into its highest position, and the door opens, and he sees all this out here. Waves in his mother and sister, and then as they get in, he takes one more look out, pulls a lever, it closes, seals shut, and drops even faster than before.
Now Alma's mad because she made a bad impression on Omen. She looks at Dinar and she goes, so what? So you're just gonna leave? You're just gonna abdicate all your duties and just go off in a huff?
He picks up his stuff, just not like letting the words just bounce off, and just starts picking his stuff back up and says, I left a self-centered family. I have a sister who is a bully like you. And I thought I found a better family, and I guess I was wrong. And then he leaves.
Walnut just shouts after you, leave. You're very good at it.
And he shoulder pushes Cthulhu on the way past. He's mad about the lie. He storms off.
Yeah, as you storm off, I just like to this group. I'm just like, oh, you really nailed this to the wall. That very incisive.
That was a good monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one chambered.
He's been sitting on that.
He's been sitting on that one. Writing that for like a week.
So
3 weeks.
I let this tirade happen because as Dinar's talking, I'm like, he's not wrong.
And he specifically doesn't aim it at Rosie. It's more at Walnut for killing Oak, and then a little bit at Cthulhu.
Right.
For manipulating you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I would do is to turn to Walnut, who's heated,
Yeah.
and be like, I'm going to talk to him.
Oak was housing an evil god. I don't understand how I'm the bad guy here.
I don't think that you are, but
Thank you.
I also think that Dinar's not wrong about us. I have been guilty of all of the things that he just said. So
I don't think he has a leg to stand on here.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Good. Someone needs to talk to him because he's being hysterical.
He's getting all emotional.
He is. He's bringing emotions into this, and this was a business decision.
For me, it wasn't even about business.
Cthulhu,
It wasn't a decision. I don't make decisions.
I know, but all right.
but with as much like force as you just said that.
I'm just going to declare it right now. I will never make a decision.
I just let things happen to me. That's what I stand for.
There are phenomena, and I'm occasionally adjacent.
Yeah, so I'll be like, you should go talk to him.
Okay. And on the way out, I pat, like I nod to you and I pat you on the cloak. Like I'm trying to reassure you both that these words probably hurt, but we'll work it out. And then I come tearing ass after you.
Perception roll, please.
Okay. 11.
Because, you know what, do this with aplomb. Well, with aplomb.
Do it better.
No, would you please? No, with because of what you're trying to see, do it with advantage.
Oh, okay. 15?
Much better.
Oh.
Coriander is not the same size.
Okay.
You've been away for a little while, but this is not the size that Coriander is.
Which direction has she shifted? It's bigger.
The front two wheels of the cart, as she is attached to the cart via her tack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about that song. I was thinking about Old Town Road.
That's all I ever think about.
Yeah, right. There is about an inch clearance between those wheels and the ground.
Okay.
It's like, but this is happening also. You're like, okay,
Yep.
very important information.
Right.
Making a note.
Yep. I'll make a little note.
Deal with that.
Coriander bigger.
Ambigified.
And bigger.
Embiggened.
Biggened.
Okay. Or embiggened why? Question mark. Okay.
The shiniest mask and biggened the smallest horse.
We'll put
It's beautiful.
Put that on a statue.
Yeah.
the forest of the forest.
So your stride is quite a bit longer than mine, so I'm doing like a little, like grandma walking through a shopping mall shuffle, trying to get to you, like ultra power walking. And I make a big show as I approach you of being like,
And he would not stop.
okay.
Even with the performance.
You would have to stop him. He would not stop.
I do give you a little bit of like distance away from. I'm chasing you down, but I'm letting you get far enough away from the house that you might, or the HQ that you might want to talk to me. And then I say, Dinar, just slow down. Talk to me for a second. Just you and me. What? Why this reaction? Why Oak? Why did this happen now?
He's dead, and he didn't have to die. It's one thing when we have to fight to protect someone, or we fight because we're being attacked. This was an assassination. We went out of our way to find and kill him, to find and kill someone who didn't need to die.
Walnut has said that.
We had to kill someone to make the weapon to kill him with.
Ooh, yeah.
Someone had to die in order to make the weapon to kill someone else with.
That's true.
And he begged not to be killed while he was being killed.
What's the story of this evil god that was in him?
I don't know. It seems like every time he dies, he comes back, goes good and bad. Like,
Yeah.
Which means there was enough good as there was bad, and that didn't matter. And it never matters, because misery is our first and only option, apparently, and it's exhausting.
Will you suffer to hear a story from me before you head off?
If he's not worth saving, who is worth saving? Are we worth saving? Am I worth saving? Are you?
Do you think that good and evil are real things? Do you think that they're real forces that govern us?
Unequivocally.
Okay. So then...
Biggest word he's ever used.
Is it? Unequivocally.
Yeah. Unequivocally. Is how he says it.
Then that means that, yes, there are people worth saving, because there are good ones and there are evil ones. Now, my second question to you is, how do we determine which is which?
I'll tell you how I don't determine it. I don't get sent to kill friends by weird wall-walking weirdos with not quite dogs.
I'm missing a reference here.
Yeah. the dude, remember the dude who had the weird dog?
Oh, yeah.
He's the one who showed up and kind of put us on this path.
Got it,
Which,
okay.
and I'm like, who's he to
Right.
tell us to kill someone, to tell us to kill a friend?
So as you're relating this, like deep in this conversation, there is a gaudy, like garishly apportioned wizard being carried across the street in on a palanquin, and Dinar passes right in front of it. Like they don't give a fuck what's happening around this thing. They're going where they're going. And Dinar passes just in front of it, and then you pass below the palanquin, like between the legs. Like you're able to navigate your way around it, but you're able to come out on the other side, but they were just going where they were going.
I'm walking in.
I stab him. I say, no more murder.
Is there something about this wizard that particularly draws our attention besides his ostentatious garb?
That's plenty.
Okay.
You feel like this is a lot of satin.
I say, get a load of that guy.
Yeah, what was that all about? What was that?
I
See?
know, right? Anyway.
See?
Conversation. Listen, we're not being good enough friends.
Look at that. What's
We're
this?
not.
That's the problem with this city. It robs you of your goddamn humanity.
I believe that you are good, Dinar. And that is why you're reacting with aversion to an evil deed. But evil deeds do not make evil people. And that is why I think this team needs you. I need you. You remember what happened at the wedding. Those kinds of things aren't who I want to be. They aren't who anyone wants to be, but evil deeds happen to good people. Evil deeds are done by good people. Walnut is a good person. She is. And I pull you over to like a bench, so a city bench, and I sit down, my little legs dangling, and I pat the bench next to me. Just sit with me for a second.
All right, he sits. Just
Where's the tail go?
to the side if there's not a
A tail exit. They would definitely have little tail holes, right?
if not
All the tieflings
Kevin-
around here.
Yeah, Kevin.
not his first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to tell you a story, and this isn't going to be one of those dumb metaphorical grandparent stories. This is a story that's real. And I don't really want anyone else to know. So keep this one between us, if you don't mind. But I started out more like you, honestly. In some ways.
Now he's enamored.
Yeah. Oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
That explains it.
It's about
I knew I liked you.
Dragonborn.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
I started out with the purest intentions, the best heart, and the evil deeds came to define me in a way that I regret every day. And the only way that I feel like I can redeem myself at all is by committing acts of good that somehow undo evil deeds that I've done. I don't think I'm evil. I think that I'm a good person. I don't think Walnut is evil. I don't think Cthulhu is evil. Just because your friends do something that's evil that you disagree with doesn't mean that you abandon them. You stay, you help them commit better deeds. You help them be good. They can't do it without you. Trust me. This team is a nightmare without you. I don't want to say it out loud because I know what you want to think about yourself, but it's true.
I don't want to hurt people anymore.
I know. Hey, we can do better. Okay?
All right.
We need you here. Don't just abandon us to our own dumbass, reckless shit. You gotta stay and make us better.
Yes, he relents.
Okay.
That was good. That was a good play on him.
Good.
Good. Back inside the headquarters, the cube clanks its way up in a separate one of these floorboards. It can project at any one of these, whatever's most convenient for the rest of the mechanism would appear. And Prafa gets out a little unsteady, sort of holds onto the cube, doesn't quite understand how this works. Auspicia leaves. You see her put her earring back on as she leaves the cube. And Omen, you see Omen wave you in.
Walnut stiffens up and she looks at Cthulhu real quick and she goes, "That's happening, right? You see that?"
Yes. Okay. Both that device and Omen have been reconstituted.
This is great. Walnut stiffens up and walks over like very mechanically.
Brahma like points at herself.
Oh.
And Omen just waves a hand, like he was like he's staying in
Yes.
blackjack. Just no thanks. Less of this.
Yeah, Walnut walks over.
And he, you have to duck slightly to enter that round aperture in front of this cube.
Sure.
And then he says, let's say that the camera is just outside, and he says, "Have a seat." And the door closes in front and then drops precipitously down.
Is it like Tower of Terror feeling inside of there? Or
Not quite.
it's got its own
Not quite. Yeah.
gravitational system?
Rod Sterling there?
Not quite that. Yeah, he's there.
Oh,
He's
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Walnut
He's
steadies
able-
herself.
Doesn't say anything.
Just makes a drink in the corner.
there. He says, "Ms. Dongrass,
Omen.
I feel I have not been entirely honest with your team.
Okay.
Would it be possible for us to enter into a confidence?"
Absolutely. Nothing would delight me more.
Have you spent any quality time with the vital employee clause in your own hiring contract?
No, I have not.
See if you can jog your memory. I guarantee that she has read her own contract.
Oh,
Over and over.
If for no other
Yeah.
reason than it includes Omen's handwriting.
Oh yeah, she's familiar.
It would be what?
Plus what?
Plus what?
We usually go with the
Animal handling.
documancy rating.
Oh, is this Wiz, right?
Leather.
19.
Yeah.
So she goes, just kidding, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pulling your leg. Just a good one.
Because you can see that his hand is like going for a drawer, and then it's like, okay,
Little documents or humor.
right.
Puts the gun there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is the fake walnut.
Yeah. He says, the vital employee clause says that Acquisitions Incorporated may take liberties and take steps to maintain access to vital employees.
What does that mean for me?
Let me tell you a story.
Great. I love stories.
Try to imagine all the places I'm required to be at any given time.
So many. I can only imagine.
What if I could be in more than one place?
That would be very impressive.
And financially impeccable.
I hear Rosie say in my mind.
Imagine that I found a way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Here are the 2 problems that we
Okay.
see. 1, I'm often required to be in multiple places. 2, a not insignificant portion of my time is spent evading assassins. I know, but it's not a surprise to you, I'm sure.
No,
No.
it's not.
You spent some quality time in this context as well.
Sure.
What if I told you that for the last, let's say, 8 months, I have been on another plane conducting Acquisitions Incorporated business?
I'd say that's an amazing expansion of the brand.
What if I told you that 3 weeks ago I died? What is Acquisitions Incorporated, Walnut Donegrass?
Webster's Dictionary.
Well, are we
Who's
from first
Webster?
correct?
At its root, what is it?
Acquisitions Incorporated is a
Always be.
acquiring branding.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's just, you're acting very strange. And you said that you died?
Several times. Omen Drawn is a brand also,
Sure, I can see that.
and it has many exemplars. I'm going to pay you a compliment.
Hang on.
Tuck in, Walnut.
Get comfy.
Okay, I'm ready.
I consider you a vital employee.
That is good to hear. For me, in this moment right now. It's very validating.
Don't cry, Walnut.
She's holding it in.
In the context, a vital employee activates the vital employee clause, which, among other things, allows me, the company, I should say,
Sure, right.
to secure the vital employee's services. That's defined broadly,
Okay.
but it does occasionally include things like creating magical clones of employees.
I'm sorry, is this a thing that's happening right now, or is this a thing that has happened?
It has happened several times.
Okay.
Generally speaking, it occurs to myself.
I'm just
yeah.
trying to understand what you're putting down here.
The Ravnica job
Yes.
required your expertise at a time where your expertise was also required here.
Okay. So you're telling me that there is a clone of me. That's what's happening right now to me in your office.
I would never have done something to you that I have not done to myself
Okay.
many times over. Does this help at all?
No.
No.
Somehow worse.
Where is she? Where is she?
She is safe.
But where?
It's a complicated place. She doesn't like it there. Imagine a city, but imagine a whole world that is also a city. It has a large tree, if that changes things.
Omen, this all
It's
is in my contract.
This tree is huge.
I'm sure it's great, and I would love to see it for myself one day. I understand that this is in my contract. and this is how you've chosen to interpret it, and that's on me for signing something that was unclear.
I'm glad that you think of it that way. That is going to help later.
But this is something that I think a lot of other employees would find issue with.
But is it actionable? I mean, that's...
I'm saying there's a way that I could forget that we had this conversation.
Well, don't forget it completely, because when she comes back, I am going to act as a kind of arbitrator between the two of you.
Oh, shit.
And
Version control.
we will need to determine which of you continues with the company.
Yes! Walnut just goes, I'm sorry, what? Are you joking?
Would it help if I were?
Maybe.
Ha!
Oh, man.
What I'm telling you is that not 6 months from now, I will be sitting here and you will be sitting there, but you will also be sitting there. And we're going to need to figure out. This is an HR problem.
I saved you.
At the end of the day.
Omen, I saved you. You were dying on the street, and I saved you.
You saved that, me.
Oh, my God.
Gratitude is fungible.
All right. Who's to say that I come back for that meeting?
That makes my decision process very easy.
Oh, my God.
That's an incredible time savings, Ms. Dongrass.
Call my bluff. Well, just sits for a minute, and she goes, all right, fine. If this is how you do things at Acquisitions Incorporated, that's fine.
Technically, you're also doing them. You're part of this. Don't
I
try to put it
agree.
on me.
And I
You're
want to
complicit
play
in
ball
all
with
this.
This
you.
was your idea.
But listen,
Other you.
Yeah.
you're not giving this me a fighting chance. I'm not doing my best work.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I can't continue as a decisionist. I need to be a documancer. And I will show you absolutely what I am capable of.
He steeples his fingers over a fat sheaf of blank vellum.
On the shivers.
He says,
This is the hottest shit that's ever happened on the show. I got
he
chills.
says, you may be right. The coin?
She's all too happy to produce it.
Absolutely. He replaces the coin. He says, I think this ranks level 3.
Yum, yum.
And she goes, I'll see you in 6 months.
He pulls a lever. Your stomach leaps as it rises up this mystic column of force. The door opens. And he says, you'll see your way out?
I'll see my way out. And she goes to step out, and she looks back, and she goes, I'm not going to forget this.
Neither of you will. And the door closes.
I love this fucking game.
And the Oculus shifts back together, and it drops down.
What a horrible day.
And you can, Brahma's hand instinctively goes to the loot.
And Walnut goes,
She has like a fight or flight, like,
yes, later, yes.
Ooh. Wow.
what now?
What happened in there?
Am I allowed to, in my contract, do I know that I'm allowed to talk about it?
There is almost certainly something in there that would,
Like an NDA?
there's almost certainly something in there, but the truth is that this is precisely the sort of thing a level 3 documancer could dance around.
Okay.
Dance.
Walnut goes, Omen has decided to exercise a part of my contract that I do not agree with, nor did I consent to. And in 6 months,
Brahma's mouth tightens.
And in 6 months, it seems I have a review
Oh, that's very well put.
to see if I continue with the company.
I would imagine you'd be indispensable.
Well, as a rank 3 documancer,
Gasp.
Gas.
and I wait for you to guess. And you just say guess? Well, it goes, exactly.
Surprised look.
Exactly. I would agree with you, but we'll see. We'll see what Omen decides, because that's what we do here. We just wait and see what Omen decides.
You know, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Y'all want to kill Omen? I pop in.
Y'all talking about killing Omen?
This afternoon, hey, it's like I know we're not killing people, but
Juana goes,
One last one for the road.
sees you walk in and just goes, yeah, I just don't know about all of our decisions that we made here right now. I don't know what we did, and I just
I mean, I would
I'm
never,
at a loss.
I would never doubt the ability of our decisionist to make those decisions.
so you can so you're like looking out. She's like looking in, and you're looking past her like through the gift shop.
Yes.
Out the window, Coriander is 20 feet tall.
That's too tall.
It's pretty tall.
Got to do something about that.
It is, imagine like an Eeyore tail type situation, except it's your cart. It is up like this.
Oh boy.
Is there a crowd gathered? I assume this is now.
There are all kinds of crowds,
Concerned.
all kinds of people. A wizard on a palanquin
This fucking clown again.
has
Get out of here.
wheeled around, and
Take a picture, buddy.
he is observing it while he sort of gingerly fondles a violet egg-shaped stone on a silver chain.
Stop it.
Like there
describing this.
There is something perverse in the enthusiasm with which
Oh,
he cups this.
So,
Gilding the lily here. We got that, man.
jeez, Jerry.
What I'm saying is that it's kind of erotic.
It's like, it's like a sex necklace.
Is this working? It's a sexless. Is any of this working at all?
Look in the necklace bean.
It's from Goop. It's Gwyneth
It's
Paltrow.
from Goop.
Yeah.
It's from Goop. So Juana's trying to talk to Rosie
Trying to get it
about...
together, and she's just looking out there, and it's just like, you think Coriander's getting bigger now?
And I say...
You think it's still happening?
We're going to have to table this. Would everyone please turn their attention to the horse? Oh, wait. Is he staying or is he leaving?
Oh.
Oh, he walks back. Yeah, he's back with
Rosie
in tow. Yeah.
Well, if you're all here, then I would say, like, I agree that it's not ideal for us to work with as little information as we have had to.
I agree. And I
That's
think we have to
not
do
right.
something about it.
Now
Yeah.
you guys want to kill Omen. I've been saying that. Anyway, yes, there's a Coriander situation behind me, right? You're pointing out?
Yes.
Okay.
But I want to have a serious conversation when we get back to the inn about what is going on in this organization and how we are dealing with it.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Coriander's massive snout. Understand that each nostril at this point could fit 2 basketballs,
What's a basketball?
2 spheres, 2 sport orbs. Fuck you, Kate.
That's one of the tables on the Acq Inc.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
fuck you. No. So, 2 melons, let's say.
All right.
Yeah, but how
like a
big?
melon.
Like a
Yeah,
basketball
there's a lot
size
of
melon.
melons. Like an avocado is a melon,
Got
right?
double D.
Okay, the nostril on your magic metal horse
Yeah.
is big. That's all we're trying. It's a large large face nose hole.
All right.
But the
Degrees to all of this.
What about the rest of the horse?
when the
Yeah.
breath
Like feet.
when breath
Is an option.
enters this beast, it's like a blacksmith's bellows. Like it is an audible thing.
Okay.
And she begins to sniff the air with these just ponderous, measured breaths. And she turns, wheels her whole body in the middle. Carts are stopping on either side, and she is just dragging the cart sideways along the cobblestones.
Yeah.
Even now, she continues to grow. You think that she may be 30 feet high now.
What did you three do to my horse? What is this? What?
It is, Rosie, it is so big. It is so fucking big.
Is this Brahma talking?
No, I'm just letting you know as your dungeon master. This fucking, I got real big somehow, Mom. I got real big.
Which of you did this? This horse is too big now.
Oh, she ate
Brahma,
something?
yeah. Brahma like puts a hand on your arm. And she says, "Your horse is crazy."
I need less of that from you. Why don't you let Walnut speak for herself, please? What did my horse eat?
Brahma's mask. And then she looks at Brahma and is just like, sorry.
Brahma nods.
But why?
I didn't give it to her. Like, she's snuffling around. Don't tell me this horse. Don't tell me, oh, Coriander. Oh, great horse, best horse. Don't tell me she's not snuffling around.
Yeah, she's snuffling around, but we keep it under control. I'm gone for 5 minutes, and now maximum horse.
It's more horse.
It's too much horse for Waterdeep. Come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's like Coriander can see outside the town. Like this is we're getting like Trojan horse tier. Like it is comically big now, and it has not stopped growing. And the cart is in a bad way. There's a lot of stuff here that
Dangling off it.
oh no, it's not good. Like I say, it is actually the cart is turned on its side, and is now you can hear the glass in that side of it just like shrieking against the stones. But Coriander's ardor for this sorcerer, this wizard, that sniff is just completely focused on the
Oh boy.
scrotum, for lack of a better term.
Neck scrotum. Great. I want to try to get her attention.
No, and it's just, and he is like he is very small compared to the very large horse. The horse is too big, and he's looking down at the man who has not grown. Indeed, he is the same size. If anything, he's become smaller.
We have to change the way things are done around here, Dinar. Walnut, we have to feed this guy to our horse. We have to kill this guy.
No.
Cathris Ixnay.
Just the
Maybe
next.
Coriander's doing this as a reaction to all the murder. Maybe this is her grieving mechanism.
She's grown larger with guilt.
She's
the weight of our sin.
She's swollen.
with guilt.
This is some inferno stuff.
No, so this wizard or a cosplayer or something. I mean, it's hard to know what his deal is. It's too much.
Cosplay.
It's too much. He has a kind of crop, and he has begun to use it to encourage the people carrying the palanquin to turn and begin moving away.
So he's hitting people with this
Oh
crop?
yeah.
Oh no. I because I just had this conversation with Dinar, I'm like all about making a big show of like the new leaf that we're turning over.
All right.
And I see him like slapping his slaves with this crop. I'm like, oh no, we don't stand for that here on the C team. Come on, Dinar. We're gonna teach this guy what it feels like to get.
There's a lot going on
As
here.
long as he's not killing anyone, I don't think.
I have my limits.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Could lead to a death.
Yeah, fair
Come on,
enough.
Minority Report. Let's do it.
Yeah, all right.
Pre-crime?
Pre-crime.
Yeah.
It's not OSHA
That could get
standard.
infected.
It's not
Yeah, you
safe.
could hit someone, knock out a tooth, get infected, and they die. I don't know. All right.
Or are they being happy for a little while? I mean, it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
It's the tiny death. So this thing is wheeling around, and every time Coriander's massive hoof, it is sinking. Good Lord, it's sinking perhaps a foot every step it takes on this street.
I want to jump in front of her and start talking to her. Speaking to the plants inside of her.
Yes.
Acrobatics check.
Fine.
To jump in front.
Sure. And I will take advantage.
I've heard of this
mystical power.
Good thing. It was a 1.
Yeah, yum yum.
A cumulative 20.
All right. So tell me what you say, and I will tell you what happens.
I say, whoa, girl. I say, where do you think you're going?
Her massive maw comes down, and ever so gently, she's trying to nip the walnut.
Oh.
And I go like, no.
Not the time.
And what's your AC?
14.
Okay, no. It's like, this thing is obviously, it's like a building, right? Except it's also a horse. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the C team. It's Valentine's Day. So but it's like, even at this scale, you can tell that it's ginger. It's like a mother cat, where it's just like, it's not biting these kittens,
No.
but it just knows how to do something. It knows how to gently carry with the crop.
The blood is incidental.
Exactly. And so, but it just comes down, and even though it's gentle, you can hear it go,
Does it get me?
no.
Okay.
It's right by you. And so it tries to get you and move you out of the way, and then it just tries to walk around you.
Oh, she's being sweet. She cares about you.
But she won't talk to me.
No.
And I say,
So you are now like
under her.
looking up at the undercarriage.
yeah, and I'm like, listen to me. You will listen to me.
It is just passing you by. Now you are continuing to direct, energy at her, and you are just seeing that haunch pass over,
Big haunch energy.
and then
Big
and then just
haunch
continue to move past, and this palanquin and this wizard are now being briskly pulled away down roads away from this part of Waterdeep.
That's not going to go well. Those guys cannot carry.
Rosie and Dinar are trying to chase this wizard down.
And you should.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, it's obsessed with this thing, and it's causing damage in the town.
Leave him out of
So-
town. Let's see.
We should grab this guy
Yeah.
and drag him out of town and lure the horse out of town, where we
Sure.
can deal with this on the countryside and no one gets hurt.
Yeah. Or we could just take his necklace and give it to her.
We could do that too.
Isn't theft a form of murder?
But I mean,
You're not helping.
It's property murder.
He's like running after you, just like very quiet.
No, really consider the possibilities.
there's a bunch of microbes that are like living on your skin. Every time you wash your
Yeah.
hands, there's millions of deaths.
Well, exactly.
We're all just covered in poop all the time.
Yeah.
So
And bugs.
I don't know that we should. I would vote let the guy keep his medallion.
I mean, you hear... Yeah,
kidnap him.
oh,
Rather than steal his medallion, let's kidnap the man.
I'm just worried Coriander will trample a bunch of buildings and people on our way out of town.
She's gonna trample no matter what. I'm arguing, let's just lure her out of town. Let's Pied Piper her ass till where there's no buildings to stomp on.
All right. Okay.
So
Let's
you
kidnap him. You're right.
So you can hear him.
I get the rag.
Yeah, exactly.
Is chloroform impressive in D&D?
It's just water, and then I go to sleep, command, sleep.
it's just traditional.
So he's begin to. It's just like you want to make sure you maintain the tradition. So he has begun to shout strange words in some unknown language at his servants, and they have begun to pick up incredible speed.
I want to try to get his crop away from him. Like if I can catch up to them and steal his crop to
Sure.
show Dinar how tender-hearted I am. Right? Okay.
Here.
What do you
so you know what I want?
Yeah. You want that?
I want to zig a zig ah.
You want
I mean,
an acrobat?
historically, that's been what people really want.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want a sleight of hand? You want an acrobat? What do you want?
Well, I want acrobatics so you can even get there. Understand? He's hauling ass.
Okay. It is a 12. No. Okay.
No.
All right.
So you are you're doing your best to push through because understand the crowd. The crowd is almost. It's like that flocking behavior. Like when you see a flock of birds, and it's like they have one configuration where they're just going somewhere. And they have another configuration where they just fold in and out of themselves, and that's more or less what's happening here.
drifting?
People, is it really?
Thanks,
Yes.
bird nerd.
Well, like in Pacific Rim.
Like Tokyo?
Yes.
It's a great film. So what's happening with they simultaneously don't want. It's like FOMO, but it's like they also are in the path of a massive golem, and so they're fighting these very opposite drives, and so it's just a madhouse.
Can't get to the wizard.
No, it's like a birthday party at a bounty house.
Ugh.
Right, it's just a constant flux
Okay.
of organisms.
Is this the play? I'm gonna fly to this wizard. Can I? What is his speed?
I mean, are we?
What is
how
the
close
deal?
I don't know. Yeah.
I think I'm lost. I'm lost in the crowd. I'm way behind him.
Yeah, you're
It's my-
you're
yeah.
trying to find in. You can see over the top of it, and you have other ways of trying to project your way through this.
I mean, yeah. How far away is the wizard?
From here,
me?
Well, yeah, he's maybe 120 feet away now.
No.
Like they're hauling ass.
Well, that's good.
They're driven by the very whips of hell.
Wow,
That's what we
it's a
want.
great whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is moving at high speed, and Coriander is simultaneously trying to get this treat while also being as ginger as possible. But it's not 100. It isn't 100%. As she is continuing now, I assume the party is sort of joined and gathering here.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I feel like it's becoming it's a mad world sort of situation.
she's as I said, she's ginger. She's not plowing directly through buildings, but that isn't to say that that every building is safe, or that indeed every building can be safe from this rampaging beast.
The Waffle House.
I was just going to say,
Decimated.
no, don't worry, don't worry. This is exactly where we're going. So you can tell, like, there's it's like turning an aircraft carrier to follow him down one of the smaller paths off, and the hind leg, it's like it avoids like a tiny fruit cart. And the children that service this cart are looking up at the bottom of this hoof, just thanking divinities. And then as it lands, it shears the entire side off of a building. And inside there are several startled witches mid-pie.
This is Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
Scenario.
We gotta
Every time.
pump this horse up with the good juice.
We gotta slime the inside of the horse.
Let's get at it.
Waiting for those words. So you and I
Put it on my tombstone.
We're still chasing this wizard. But it's kind of good because as he's evading, we're essentially herding him out of town.
I mean, we're
at
doing
this
what we
point,
wanted
right?
anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my question. Are we leading him out of town, or is he like weaving his way like further into town, or like not fast enough out of town?
Yeah, where's he going?
Well, he is. You can see that he is. He has to manage a lot of the same things that you have to manage as well. But he is aided, of course, by the fact that there's 4 people, all magically assisted, helping him out. He appears to be going toward a district of town that is largely focused on magic learning, manses, towers, things of this kind.
Once it's out of this jurisdiction, it's going to be their problem.
How is Coriander still getting bigger, or has she stopped?
You think that Coriander might be 60 feet tall.
Holy crap!
Okay.
So we can do all the role playing.
I want to.
This is not. I'm just telling you stimuli. There's absolutely nothing you can't
Yeah.
All right, let's
engage
just
with
let
this.
it
Okay.
go crazy. Tell us what happens.
Okay. If you want to do that.
Rampage, Watery. Let's Tokyo this out. This
Yes.
shit.
There's-
The gift of flight. Do you accept?
Yes.
It's like the gift of flight. Like harried, trying to. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, yeah. So yes, let's fly.
Because that soporific tendril
I have a spell I want to try cast.
licks down.
What spell you want to try casting? Walnut.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah.
What are the limits of Draconic entitlement? How far away is the
Should we
wizard?
find out?
Well,
Yeah,
let's
let's
see,
test it.
let's see
Well-
what 12 charges do.
I wanna Draconic entitle either the wizard or Coriander.
Interesting.
Can I entitle Coriander? She understands words, right?
She
plants
does,
do,
but she's
yeah.
also like a golem construct. You're not sure what would happen.
Oh,
Well, it's my ult.
Yes.
Don't hurt her.
Oh, sorry.
All right, well, let me try to Draconic Entangler. Since I'm closer to her. There's no point in Draconic entitling the guy, I guess,
Would
because
you
I want to
tell-
get the guy to manipulate her. Let me just go right to the source.
Yeah.
The swallow a fly.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 4, I believe.
Yeah. All right, take 4 away. Didn't work. All right, now who wants to go next?
Yeah. So
try to go.
describe the process.
If he's up ahead and
Yeah.
she's galloping behind, and as I'm trying to catch him and can't, and she's beginning to pass, then gonna make a slapdash effort to yell up to her, and form the draconic mind meld in a very because he doesn't like Dinar does not like Coriander.
And,
doesn't
and
like-
Coriander also knows, I'm sure.
She's like the anti-dragon. He likes treasure and hoarding things like a dragon does, and she likes eating and destroying.
It is, but
the hoard.
in another way, it's like a piggy bank. You know.
In another more accurate way, it's unlike a piggy bank in that it's more like a furnace.
It's the opposite.
Yeah,
of
it's
a
the
piggy bank.
opposite.
No, it's like Bitcoin. It's like I give it real money, and then ostensibly there's value here, but I don't know.
No, and then value is
Listen here,
retained.
blockchain. I've had quite enough of all this nonsense today. You stop. You stop where you are. Stop growing and stop stepping on stuff.
There is a
What a rush. Throw a little wrestling salt in there. What a rush.
so a perfectly calm voice is emitted. I mean, you don't know if the mouth is involved in any way. A perfectly calm voice is emitted, and it says, "I cannot stop, but I will allow you to choose my direction."
You can talk?
It's happened before. And then as she's going, you can see like the head sort of turns right and turns left.
Okay.
And on the right is a bridge that goes over a river. You think it might just be strong enough to sustain Coriander. And then out in front of it, you can see a man in fine dress with a large pair of scissors about to cut a ribbon of dedication
Okay.
right at the front.
So is there a crowd gathered then?
Yes.
Damn it.
To the left, you can see a
trolley
small,
problem.
Yeah.
simple sign that says, "The Brave Tears Orphanage." And out front, there are a number of women dutifully protecting children with their arms.
Destroy those autocrats and their blood bridge. You know the right choice.
The oligarchy. Yeah, I mean, the bridge is the way to go.
And he's like,
Right?
and it's if this helps the decision matrix at all, he has made a few pretend snips at it.
Okay.
Oh, so he's a real piece of shit, is what you're saying.
Oh, he's like teasing everyone.
Waka waka. All right.
But in your head, you hear echoing Rosie's voice. Sometimes good people do evil things.
I mean, I'm just trying to minimize damage here. I feel like an empty bridge is the way to go.
Is it empty?
Yeah, if it's being
It's gonna be filled with the blood of the innocent real soon.
if it's being, if it's roped off, that means no one's on it yet.
Yeah, but there's a crowd nearby.
Yeah, but they can run. They're adults.
They'll run.
Yeah, they can run. Orphans,
Yeah, they're not
babies,
sleeping in their beds.
Yeah.
Their brave tears struggle on for another day.
I have to imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, but a 70-foot horse tromping around is not hard to miss. I gotta hope that they see it coming. In a building, you might not see it coming. Just a little orphan sleeping in their bed. So I would
What a softie.
choose the bridge.
can see like in the upper window. It's just like sleeping.
An impossible zoom.
I
in.
hope someone adopts me.
No. They found my mother.
Mama, is that you?
She's coming tomorrow.
No. I hope Father returns from opening that bridge.
That was it. Wow.
So I pick the bridge, and then I scream I audibly say, take the bridge, and then I just yell in that direction, get the hell out of the way.
There is
You jerks.
it's like the metal, like the massive groaning metal plates of Coriander's new form have now pushed right, and a couple small houses have done their best.
I say, stop breaking buildings.
It's just like this thing is. It's like she doesn't want to like step down on it, but occasionally a foot does get dragged through a domicile. And as it approaches, you shout with
Aplomb.
true authority, and people just begin to spill away. Some jump directly into the water and begin swimming away. And then Coriander makes her move, and each of these ultimately leads to this district of arcane learning. Coriander, for a moment, the man raises his comically large scissors high, and gives it a couple tentative snips, having been so well practiced. Eventually, he decides this is not strategic.
Yeah.
And finds himself in the river as well. Coriander walks up, pauses briefly, puts a massive hoof down on the bridge, places it there, puts the weight on. It's sustained.
Wow.
Coriander continues across the bridge. The very next step shatters the bridge from beginning to end. Parts she has not even had contact with are transformed into a vapor as she begins. And, her legs are...
Big.
Well, yes, obviously they're very large.
This is a
But they're
big
now,
leg horse.
but they're now trudging through the river and the silt underneath, and then she finds her way up on the other side. How are we following this horse?
Well, we're flying.
Yeah. What's that horse speed?
It's slow.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to go wherever it's going to go, and it's not going to be stopped. But it's slow.
I'm ready to cast some spells whenever y'all.
You ready to
yeah,
flex on it? Well, here.
I mean,
Gazing into my palantir here, it would appear, revered Shadow Council, that we are up at our first break.
Amazing.
Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more delicious C Team very soon. Bye. Hello. It is I, Jeffrey K. Horcrims. Welcome back to Test C Teams. Now, when last we saw our heroes, their incredibly large, ungainly horse. Not even a horse. It's more of a horse-shaped column, like a horse-branded golem.
Yeah.
A seasonal affair, was carving its way through Waterdeep, creating a kind of valley in the otherwise urban environ. We now return to your Dungeons and Dragons game, now in session.
So we're flying through the air.
Yeah.
I think I'm lost in the crowd. I'm too small, and if there's all of these people that are flocking, what was it? Drifting. If there's all these people drifting all over the place, I think I'm thoroughly lost. So I'm trying to follow the chunk of Coriander's feet, but I don't think I'm quite caught up to you guys yet.
I think I want to stop and summon Clarkmore.
I like it. 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes?
That was 5 minutes.
Is it 5?
I don't know.
I think as good as he wants to.
Here, Josh, if you'd be so kind.
Oh!
So even now, Cthulhu Draub and walnut dawngrass are being
It is 10 minutes.
flung through the air
Yeah.
on a soporific tendril emitted by an immoral mouth god
It happens.
a million miles away.
Yeah.
A strange tongue licks out of the atmosphere, wraps itself around you, and is beginning to fling you over these towns. You have an incredible perspective on what is almost certainly thousands upon thousands of platinum worth of damage. It's hard to know. It's hard to know exactly. But there is a wheedling chirp from inside your bag as you're being flung through the air.
Oh, I
No time for this.
no,
Like insistent pecks on that flap.
So I imagine that Cthulhu's is limp, and I'm like over his back, like with the legs around him too, like a little backpack.
Well, like the fair or something.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like Silver Surfer, and you're the surfer.
Yes.
And I'm the board.
Yes, you're the board. And I reach into my bag, and I've been painstakingly nursing
Oh, like good berries. Good berries.
Vizier back to life.
Exactly.
And I let him out of the bag.
But no matter how many berries, like with in your capacity as a daughter of the Enclave, you know that this bird is fine.
Oh, okay.
He is fine. You know this. He has all the gleam of health. His feathers are silken.
He's been in
They
captivity too
gleam,
long.
but he continues to pretend to a gentle limp. And he croaks out weakly as you open the flap. He says, "Daughter, let me serve you one last time."
And I go, what? What is it? What could it possibly be?
And as you swing through the air, he pushes off the bag
Finally.
and takes wing.
Thank God.
And you see him fly up to Coriander's mouth, and it begins to chirp in what Vizier must believe is a strenuous indictment.
Sure.
And Coriander's mouth just closes around him. Thanks, Josh.
It's a series wrap on Vizier.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah. He's here in the studio, everybody. Let's give him a hand.
I can even do that part.
This like black
I'm
and white
dead.
slow motion. In memoriam.
Sarah McLachlan.
Oh yeah, it's just all black and white pictures of the same bird. No, dude, but all the pictures should be the same picture of the bird.
Just zoom in. Ken Burns.
And
All right.
my deuce. Okay, sorry.
So upon seeing this, I'm like, oh no, he does not. I did not spend 3 weeks nursing him back to health for him to get eaten by the horse.
She has a name.
Horse.
Horse. The horse.
Big horse.
First name the.
First name the, last name greatest. So I want to cast. Now
Plant
this will
types.
either go really well or really badly.
The best kind.
Okay, I want to cast a spell that causes things to become difficult terrain and makes you real slow when you move through it. And what that is plant growth. And I want to cast that on the vines that are within her with the hopes that they will like grow out of her and like tangle her up. I'm looking for like a Hexus and Fern Gully situation type thing. And if that doesn't happen, then it maybe it bolsters her and oops,
Dude, this is dope. This is live.
would
as
love
hell.
to roleplay.
I was just gonna say, to send tweet.
You want to roll or something?
Well, no, I was just gonna say. So, what's the space? The amount of volume, because that's key in this case, right?
A 100-foot radius.
God damn.
Come
That's
at
a
me.
200-foot diameter.
That's big.
That's a lot
math.
of horse. Thank you.
Okay,
very
so
much,
people's
actually.
window
I'm not,
boxes
like,
are
no
like
shit.
getting overgrown. And
Oh yeah, the whole place. I mean, tiny blue flowers that haven't poked up through the cobbles of this town in this place for hundreds of years
This is an improvement.
It's
You're
a
welcome,
very
Waterdeep.
very walnut spell.
reach out. But these same vines out of every place that plates join, individual vines, so like fine like hairs, begin to sprout out and then slowly twist and thicken into ropes that are it's like an AT-AT situation essentially,
Yes.
right?
Sure.
And so it is, and you can tell just from looking at it, it starts out and you can see that they've grown together into trunks, and now they're starting to pull the plates away from the center. And her trudging has become quite slow indeed.
Great. I've delayed the inevitable.
Wonderful job, Nut.
It's a premium nut. So where are we going next?
Well, I mean, we fly up at it and it's slowing down.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we reach her, and then Walnut just starts screaming, "Let go of the bird!"
Inside its cavernous maw, against the mystic, ineffable metals that make it up, Vizier's chirps are amplified greatly, and you can hear incessant staccato pecks inside the jaw.
Ridiculous. That's it. All I do is scream at Coriander to let go of the bird. The end.
And do you still have Speak with Plants going?
Yeah, it still goes for a little bit.
Okay. I finally pop out of the crowd.
It's me.
Here I am.
Here, we have all kinds of cool options. This
How I pop out?
Well, no, I mean, in general,
Yeah.
Table.
this is. I'm excited to see what's next.
All right. Okay. I pop out.
Yeah, it's fine.
All that.
Of a cake.
And
It's a special day.
She's completely entangled. Like, she looks all fucked up, right? Because of all this plant growth.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. Like, you get it and you know, but at the same time, like I said, these trunks have begun to like pull the plates away from the center, and you're seeing more of the
Nougat.
of the chewy center.
Does she look like she's in pain?
You think that if she can be in pain, this is probably what would do it.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry, Dinar.
Do I hear she's in pain? Yeah, I'm still entitled with her, so we've got a mind meld. She's like, oh my God, it hurts.
She like put me out of my
Walnut
misery.
again.
I think I see her and she looks visibly in pain, and I go, my baby,
And I just start T1000 powering toward her.
I like what I'm hearing.
And I want to try to climb up her.
What will we roll?
oh, what do you want for T1000?
T1000 style?
I can do acrobatics
I was going
again.
to say, we're still talking about acrobatics.
Okay, I'll take advantage too, because I'm really like.
It's an animal that you're
It
handling.
would be animal handling.
For the love of God, can we?
If there's one thing that I think we can all agree on, is that there is no part of this that is an animal
Anymore.
anymore.
20.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Womp,
You are a witch!
womp, womp. Shadow Council.
Incredible.
Mayor Lavers, please you. Your servant. Literal servant. Rosie Beestinger, suffered you. Now, I have a couple cool things here.
Give you full credit for that 20.
Yeah.
Your servant.
First
Walnut don't grasp
dice.
you that. Ooh.
First dice, I think. See, look at this. And I know whose handwriting this is. This is Alyssa's. So you have to know that Alyssa is
who's Alyssa?
Alyssa is a real person. The Shadow Chancellor herself is down in Oz for a little while. But she did absolutely everything that she could to make sure that our lives went well up here. Up to and including making tiny labels to put inside dice bags so we would know what show the dice were for.
You dork.
But can you throw these in there? It's a pretty dope set from...
Whoa, those are beautiful.
I know.
They're styled like my dice, just with
I mean,
different fonts.
Like a
No,
sci-fi font.
It's a dope-ass
Yum,
set
yum.
from Level Up, who
Is that
sponsored the show
aluminium?
more or less from the beginning. They are indeed.
Beautiful.
Now,
That's what we roll.
Of course,
Guaranteed to always roll 20s.
we're going to kick that out. Now, if you could please roll again, because it's possible you could roll a second 20 and then people would get more stuff.
That's not going to happen.
No. I rolled 3 in a row. The game you weren't there.
my God.
I just
Oh,
rolled
yeah?
one here.
This is what I mean. I rolled
Amazing.
3 20s in a row. You know what the
That's-
chances of that are?
3
So
and
small.
20. Okay.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And the question is, which is more likely?
Yeah.
What are the chances that he just slide? 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
At least 95. That's going to be a cumulative 27. But of course, it was a natural 20.
No.
So.
It's 40. It's quite good. There are at this point, the city guard has become engaged
But
in the process, and they are busy. Their pike staffs high, like standing out above the crowds themselves in their regalia and their pike staffs on top. In my headcanon, you tell me if this is appropriate. I see Rosie's feet on the tips of the pike staffs.
Oh, totally. With a nat 20?
Right. This is what I think 20 is going to offer up this kind of material.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's like jump from staff to staff, like they are standing outside, almost like very sharp lily pads, and you're able to leverage that and then get to one of the hind legs that you could easily use to get up.
Okay. Yeah, I want to scale up to her so I can look her right in the eyes and talk to her.
Absolutely. She's gigantic. I mean, that'd be next turn to even get up and around there.
Is she big, Jerry?
So big.
Really?
This is probably the biggest Gollum horse in this campaign.
So far.
So far. Thus far. It's only season 3.
Okay.
As you're climbing up and over the back, you can see in the front, you can see tall wizard towers, brass, gold, and glass, a minaret style, some that simply are topped with floating crystals wrapped in sort of springs or coils of gold. And you can see various wizards out front, like, how far do you think this fucking horse is going to get in here type situation.
Okay. But she's pretty, like,
So slow.
AT-AT'd, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm running up to try to, like, check on her, look her in her big, beautiful, stupid eyes, and try to soothe her, as I've done so many times before when she was sort of an average size.
Yeah, like a regular,
scale for
like the sort of
horses.
the size horse you would see in other campaigns.
Right. Not the same material or locomotive style, but
No.
certainly similar.
Yeah.
So I clamber my way across all of these gnarled tree trunks and bits of plate that have been splintered out until I get to her face. And then I kind of like grab her big ocular bone type thing.
Yeah, that ridge.
Look right, like I'm imagining her eyeballs like this.
That flavor ridge.
Size, yeah. I like hug
And
it.
you hear her jaw like drop as you reach around. You hear it drop out.
Oh.
And Vizier fires out like a bullet,
Nice. Okay.
which is far below where you can see it. This is just for everyone else's use.
Okay. Okay.
shooting birds.
So yeah,
She's a weapon.
I'm looking right into her eye, and I'm making all those like cooing sounds that you nonsensically make to animals.
Yes,
Just like,
and babies.
yes, this is like shh, it's okay, sweetie.
Pre-linguistic.
It's okay. I know you're too big. We're gonna fix it. You're too big. You don't know how to be this big. I don't know what to do with you this big, but we're gonna fix this. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, little one. Shh, 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 shh.
For the podcast,
For the-
That was all for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like a heavy creaking sound as she kneels down in the front, and she's like it's creaking, and you can hear like bands of vines snapping as the pressure of the front goes down, and then she sits down on the back, and as you are cooing and comforting her, you can hear a voice like from the front of the horse. It's like you're like up on the face like this, having stopped the inexorable march, and you hear a voice, and you look down and you can see now off the palanquin, walking toward the mouth, Coriander's mouth now, more or less at street level. His rod is striking the stone, and he gives the stone a quick pull, and it releases some kind of clasp in the back. And then he holds it out.
Oh, to her?
Like clearly in a projection of force.
Oh.
Like he's using it against her?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
He says, "Taste the eye of oblivion." And then as it begins to whisper and then whine, Coriander's mouth just moves forward a few feet, and those gentle teeth
Ooh, maybe not.
pop it. Like a blueberry.
Okay.
And a mist is emitted, and the wizard begins to wave his hand madly in front. The other wizards, seemingly knowing something about Eyes of Oblivion that perhaps we are not privy to as dungeon masters and players, retreat into their manses. And
What's with your manses?
yeah, oh, your mans.
What's with your manses?
And he begins to back up, then fall, scrabble his way up. His servants come and lift him bodily up and begin to drag him away. And something begins to happen to Coriander that is new and different.
What is it?
What gives?
So,
I knew this guy was a fucking clown. Oh my
right.
God.
So there's two things. The first is that the lower parts of the legs begin to stretch out and lay flat, and the upper part of the body and the head draw themselves into a fine point. And sort of at the end of the bowsprit is Coriander's face and emerald eyes just beneath it.
Like a figurehead on
Like a
on
figurehead.
masthead? Okay.
The rest of it begins to sweep back, flattening out, filling out like the hull of a massive ship.
Okay.
3 spires begin to clank and ring as they rise up, and then those each fold out into multiple T's up their length, so to speak. And an instant later, golden sails burst from these rods and billow down the length of each mast.
Can turn into an airship.
It's just in the
Boat
middle.
again?
It's just in the middle of town.
She's got a type.
She likes boats.
She is
Boats.
in the middle of town.
Is she still in the river?
No, she's already moved her way out of there.
I see. Okay.
How big of a boat? Describe in basketballs. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, in melons.
Yeah.
Like volume-wise, how many basketballs?
The full length of the boat from beginning to end is probably 150 feet.
Good night.
That's a big boat.
Okay. Does this look like a boat that I have been on before? Anything about it familiar?
The shape of it makes perfect sense.
Sure. It's like a tall ship
You
type of
think
deal.
you think that
Classic boat shape.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
exactly.
It's a boat.
yeah, it's sort of boaty.
Right.
Catch up if you could.
not a horse.
No, it's
Fucking kill all of you.
you think You think that gold is a novel material for a sail.
Right.
You're not sure why that would be important. And also, it doesn't, in the back, it doesn't have the traditional mechanisms you would use to sail in water.
And did the sails look like the sails we saw off that Githyanki?
Yes.
Or that patched up that jellyfish creature?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So,
And it's on a kind of, as I've suggested before, it's on a kind of platform.
all right. I'm still holding on to her eyeball socket while she's doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
cool
So this has happened. This
thing.
has basically happened around you,
Yeah. Okay.
and you have maintained eye contact
Right.
throughout.
So shh. It's okay. It's good. It's good. You look great.
That's even cooler as an image.
Yeah.
I would read that book so hard.
All right. Stay tuned.
All right.
So I'm trying to make eye contact with her as she's going through this transformation, but I can't. I'm glancing up every once in a while, to be like, ooh, yeah, those are good. Those are good masts. Those are really nice, very tall. Ooh, that's a surprise. Golden sails. You don't say. I like that choice.
Just trying to soothe her, make sure that like all of this goes well.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
What's happening,
And everything
but-
that's happening is a good thing.
Right, of course. And I should just reassure her that this is totally normal. This is how all horses gestate in life. This is a totally normal horse
Yes.
thing.
No. When two horses love each other very much, right?
Turn into a boat.
This is a
Tales
horse
all this time.
at its full potential. I think this is
I
what
think so.
horses all aspire to become.
Right.
This is a horse realized.
Finally.
Peak performance horse.
You may
You
not
may
like
not like
it.
it.
You may not like it, but this is what a peak horse looks like.
It's a whole ship. Yeah, look at you chumps riding around the track. Look what I got.
Just a picture of a yacht. Like, you may not like it, but this is what a peak horse looks like.
So dumb.
Where are you guys?
In the air.
Finally summoned
Above you
Clark
and all
Moore.
around.
Yeah, we're always with you. When you feel the wind at your cheek.
No, it's the sort of thing where there's just sort of like a lazy circle.
Well, I'll impart this to you, Walnut. I say, who is this guy? What did he give our horse? He just ducked into his home, and now he's gonna go to sleep like nothing happened.
No, he's begun to yell from the parapet.
What's he say?
Both of them?
What did you put in the horse's mouth?
Hang on a second. Bring your
Yeah,
cornea
he
over here.
deserves it.
Let me get
Merciful,
a
quick
few, let me
death.
get another inch of this lead out of here. Yeah,
come on.
That cornea over here.
Do it. You're all
watched-
talk.
do it. I watched
Yeah,
you do it.
You got a lot of talk, big man. You bring it over here.
You just throw my cornea. Like you said. All right. Sorry. What were we talking about?
What's he
No.
yelling?
He's up there, and he says, "Eyes of Oblivion are quite expensive, you know."
Yeah, don't give it to a horse then. You presented it and everything.
You just fed it to a horse, dude.
I was trying to defend our district. And as a few more wizards enter out onto their upper floors. And,
What kind of an insurance scam is this? You led our horse, which you knew to be large, into your place of business, your home. What were you trying to achieve?
You will replace the stone.
I don't think so.
We will not.
Look what you did to our horse. If anything, we should be charging you.
Yeah.
This seems like an improvement on every axis. It was a rampaging beast, and now it's a beautiful vessel.
This is vandalism. You can't ask us to pay for the paint. No.
There's got to be something in the city ordinances about if one proffers a gift to a horse, one may not judge what the horse does with it.
Can I get perception rolls?
You certainly can.
Try. Ooh, that's very good.
Whoa,
What's that give me?
dinar?
Nothing. Roll it
Incredible.
again.
I got a
Incredible perception.
cumulative 20,
Donkus.
I got a 20 as well.
undead 20.
Really?
Cumulative.
Ooh.
7 million.
7 million.
We all see this guy. We see you, you liar.
25.
Jeez Louise.
I have now clopped up on Clark Moore.
Hey.
And I go,
I
horse is a boat now.
pull out.
So, Walnut, you can, as you're taking in this scene, you can see, just around, like in the crowning of the buildings, you can see the occasional daughter of Maleth
Oh, hell
just
yeah.
observing, not acting, but observing. And occasionally you see one of them make a like a saluting sign to another.
Oh, where you're excited about Daughters of Malith now? Is your
Well, because they had like tattoos of Miliki on it. They called Walnut Queen. They're like
nice.
into her.
okay? Cool.
They think it's cool. It's like a fan club.
All right.
It's a fan club.
Well deserved.
Okay, so
Fan club. Oh, but you see something different than she sees.
what she see?
Oh, I see.
What do you see? You can see people in tasteful but clear Acquisitions Incorporated livery.
Okay.
Is like you can see, just because you have some experience in these matters, you can see small bags of coins being handed to guards.
Right now?
Like while there's this crowd here,
Okay.
and there's this yelling here, you can see the social mechanism being greased by Acquisitions Incorporated.
Move quick. Send those agents out. What do you see with
Yeah, I
your
rolled
20?
pretty good too. Which of these things do I see? What do I want to see?
There is a kind of as you're wandering over the thing. I mean, this must be one of the larger artifacts you have beheld,
Oh yeah.
and it doesn't have a rudder in the classic sense, but it does have something akin to a helm.
I see. So you had described like not a propulsion, but that the
Yeah,
back
exactly.
was different.
Yeah, so it has the mechanism you would associate with the rudder, but it does not have the rudder.
It has the transom.
It has the
Is that a boat word?
boat tail.
No, because this is a different kind of
I was
boat.
saying, is that the
You're right.
name of the things in the back of the Enterprise?
Yeah, the
Nacelles.
nacelles. Yeah.
Don't you're fucking with me, man.
No.
Get that eye over here.
That eye over here?
Now I don't think I know much about boats, so I may just assume this is a different kind of a boat.
No big city boat man, but it looks to me like
From the look of it, pretty usual boat to me. Well, I'll see you.
Could you do a boat check?
Yeah, I just roll for boat knowledge. I cast no boats
Comprehend boats.
at 5th level. Yeah, no.
You instantly you found you create a foundry and begin servicing
a
boats.
shipyard.
Yeah, exactly, of varying sizes. It happens instantly.
It's amazing.
wow, D&D
Thanks to be beyond.
You have cards.
could be easier.
Could be
Yeah.
easier.
A jetty. Right
So
across.
there is a space around this that is being cleared away. The crowds are not dispersing, but the guards are creating a space where people are not. It is not a jungle gym.
I want to get on this boat. Walnut would not get on this boat, though.
I mean, if
Amy can get on the boat.
I appeared.
if we're
who
flying
are you?
together,
We're flying together.
if we're flying together, then I will. Yeah, I'm just going to land on the deck of the boat.
Walnut looks visibly uncomfortable.
What's wrong? It is still our horse.
Is it anymore? Can we call it that?
You know, in time, I think,
He's just
with strange eons,
stroking the railing.
even horses may be boats. A little wisdom for you. I just surprised you didn't know that.
Wow. Thanks for that. That makes it all better. Fantastic.
Just
Can I do?
Good girl.
So she doesn't look like. So the only boats that I've seen are the Team N boats. Is the Team N boat,
Yeah, exactly.
and she doesn't look like that to me.
No.
she was a sand boat
Yeah,
at one point.
she was like a
Does she
sailor.
look
Yeah.
similar to the sand boat?
It's similar in that the colors and materials are similar, but this appears to have a different purpose. It seems like it's designed to sail a different kind of sea.
Well, I just yell to no one in particular, and I go, "Well, how the hell are we gonna get this thing out of town?" And then I look down at the deck accusingly, like Coriander can see me looking at her. And that's it. I'm just very indignant.
It's an excellent question. But luckily, you have a very able-bodied sailor here aboard this ship. And this is just yet another urban adventure for the sea team. I'm just bluffing. I'm trying really hard to figure out how to get this fucking ship.
No,
out
no.
of
So
the city.
are you still sort of like up at the
Yes.
at the point? You're just like peeking up over the side,
Yeah.
trying to lay her low.
Oh yeah.
Hey, roll to see if you do it.
All right.
Roll to see if I believe you.
Am I doing a performance or
Yeah, sure.
like
Yeah.
a
Hey, what would
deception?
it be?
Yeah.
Trying to deceive yourself.
Yeah. First.
25.
Damn.
Wow, I'm completely deceived.
Junk.
Thoroughly deceived.
Thoroughly deceived. And
You think that Rosie is a boat?
I go, oh my God, thank God you're here.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree. Now,
What do you need? How do we aid you?
we're gonna need certainly some magic or water. I'm gonna guess the thing we actually, oddly enough, have more of on this team is magic. So, what kind of arcane trickster type of magic do we got? I'm sure we got something that could lift this boat.
The only thing I have in my Book of Shadows is a negative energy flood. Perhaps that it would create enough of a medium to float this great vessel of ours.
On
This
a
great
sea of
filly.
negative energy.
Yeah.
I'm on the ground. You're all on the
Watching
boat.
this golden boat.
Yeah, I mean, if we want, to my mind, it's not our responsibility. If this guy turned Coriander in a boat, get this
There's got to
boat
be
the
a
hell out of
bylaw.
town. Yeah,
There has to be
it's
some
not-
bylaw to cover this.
Come on, magic guy, get this goddamn boat out of here. You have to have something.
Hey,
Start yelling at
that's
him.
a great point, Dinar. Well done. You are a valuable member of this team, and I'm glad that you're
Oh,
here.
you're shouting that from the deck of the boat?
Yeah.
You're a valuable member of the team.
And like you have, we can't hear what you're saying when you've got the guy by the collar. Like,
The reason it's a good idea is because if we don't have the sufficient magic, we're in like Magic HQ
Yeah,
and
Magic
Waterdeep.
Town, yeah.
Somebody surely has a spell we can use to
Yeah.
get this boat where it needs to go.
So shaking this guy a couple times.
Okay.
That's got to help.
It can't hurt.
Can't hurt.
As in,
I mean, unless I make it
intimidation.
hurt.
So you're
Yeah.
trying to intimidate?
Yeah, I'll
Intimidate him.
intimidate the shit out of
Intimidate
him.
him.
Who are we intimidating?
The fucking
guy-
clown.
Yeah,
Clown
the-
ass.
the
this
With the
wizard
testicle
man.
necklace.
goofball.
He's looking down from his veranda.
Oh, he's up there.
Oh.
From his tower. You can go up there.
Title him from down
get
there.
up there.
I could get up there.
You start
Climb-
get up
There,
climb
say I
it.
can't.
You can't.
I kick in the door and then I run upstairs and then I burst out on his patio
Nice.
and I go, ha ha! It was me the whole time. And then I just start shaking him.
But you grab him, and your hands sort of go through.
What?
What?
Go through what? His skin?
Just
Into
go
him?
through this, whatever this entity is.
Do I grab anything?
No.
What's he do?
He splits into several more.
Several more what?
Swizzards.
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 What's that?
It's a type of wizard.
Oh, geez. But he's like Swiss?
It's a space wizard.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I'm in over my head,
Yeah, I
guys.
was just gonna say, you need to deal with some professionals.
Ah, crap. What are they doing? Looking at me?
What is this?
They seem pretty intimidated.
Yeah. I don't even get to use my great stats. All right.
What's going on?
I'd say, one of you help. You. I just start pointing at him. Get this boat out of here. Make water or teleport it away.
They
What's your name?
sort of gather.
She had 4 eyes.
Like, in the midst of, like, yelling at him or berating him, I go, what's your name?
Chesk.
Don't care.
Chesk?
Don't care.
Shut up, Chesk. Get this goddamn boat out of here.
So even the illusory duplicates begin to shift and shuffle their way out, and via perhaps a featherfall spell, he sort of like in a music video, he steps off the veranda
Oh, yeah.
and gently begins to go down. So you are drawn to the surface of this boat. You are drawn to this helm.
Okay. How so? It's just beautiful, or
It is gleaming in a way that you feel desirous of.
Okay. I move toward it as though hypnotized.
It is like it's like the it has the same comfort as getting up on the bench of the cart.
Okay.
This is where you're supposed to be. And the area just in front of it is risen substantially by perhaps a foot of additional support.
So it's Rosie sized.
Ramped up. Oh.
I say thank you, Coriander, and climb up. What is the control apparatus like on this thing?
It looks like it looks more or less like a traditional helm, a traditional sailing vessel
Right.
wheel. But as I said, it doesn't appear to be connected to the rest of the apparatus. But there is lots of key-like knobs and twists. Like the very center of it
Okay.
it looks like it's like the adult version of like those little puzzle balls that you give a baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like it's nothing but twists and flaps, clever little gems.
Do I know what to do with this?
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, I did tell Walnut that I did.
Here, so the helmets
Got this
of
right.
one thing that's odd is that the typically the helm is purely like a left-right mechanism, but this helm can actually pull back and forward. Like it's not fixed
Oh boy. Okay.
horizontally.
All right.
So it's broken.
So
Yeah, it's already
Like
trashed.
right.
I discovered this by taking the wheel, just sort of experimentally, kind of like.
Well, and performatively,
Yeah.
no doubt. Yes,
I know.
this is all in order.
Yes, this is. I know exactly what to do here. I've done it many times. Don't even think that I haven't. And then I'm like spinning this wheel, like, yes. And then when I find out that it has that like freedom of movement, I take it, I'm like, oh, interesting. And I pull it toward myself.
Okay, so the supporting base that holds it in place clangs up around the body of the ship like cladding.
Okay.
I mean, probably at least a foot thick mystic armor plate around the entire edge. And if you pull back, I need to know where people are. Who is on the boat and who is yelling at wizards?
We're on the boat.
We're on the boat.
Because those are the classic
There's a, yeah.
division of labor.
Yeah, this
Wizard
is
yeller.
binary. You're either
This is
yelling
like
wizards or on a boat.
3.5 again. You gotta establish that.
Yeah, I'm on the balcony berating wizards.
Okay, so these wizards have now, as I've suggested, begun to float down their invisible stair down into the courtyard, and he is fiddling with his.
Damn, always with this guy.
Can't keep his hands off himself, man.
Come on, checks.
Checks
What's
mix.
his name?
Yeah.
Chest.
Wizard
I'm
checks.
gonna call him checks.
He reaches,
check.
checks mix. He reaches in to his pouch of components thoughtfully, produces a wand, and as he points it at the boat, it goes up into the air so fast that it appears to disappear. Like it just goes straight up.
Bye.
And so he sort of like tracks it with the wand and then puts the wand away and says, our work is done.
Incredible wizard.
I guess I yell down to the courtyard because I'm still on the balcony, and I go, "Where did it go?"
It, in accordance with mystic laws, of which I'm well versed,
Yeah.
appears to have gone up.
Real
And there-
stickler here, aren't you?
There it shall remain until such time as it goes down. These are the mystic laws. We are all subject to them.
I love him.
Yeah.
Love him too.
So what are they experiencing?
And so it is in his mind. He's like in his mind. He's like tracing the path. Just yes, up and down the ancient laws. he places the wand in a belt loop. Says yes, much to consider.
I mean, he technically these
Imagine he
rounds,
takes comfort in it. He's like,
he did what was asked.
Exactly. So it is up.
Hell yeah.
Is it falling?
Way up.
No, you look down
Yep.
and imagine that a child has dropped a marble on a black velvet cloak.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
Is it a black velvet cloak with a marble on it, or
No, you don't think so.
this is like
sorry.
Oh, that's my. Excuse me.
Right down there is Waterdeep. You see that?
ooh wee. We done it now, kids.
Screaming.
How do you feel?
Wait.
I think I would.
Just like flat on the on the deck.
Flat on the deck, looking up at the blackness, just like holding on to the railing and then the ground, just screaming.
Yeah, I would. I think Kathris would throw up. Would be nauseated. This is a shock.
Do you
Very
wanna roll?
surprising.
Yeah, you're in
How much
space?
vomit? Yeah.
Do like a Constitution.
Breathe.
In basketball volumes.
In their version.
Okay.
13 basketballs worth. Oh, Constitution.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. So yeah, flat
Just
13.
13. Ooh.
Yeah, it's all over the deck, and it's like the perfect like gleaming surface. It's like as soon as you turn the keys in a new car, it's like the value.
Yep.
You know what I
As
mean?
soon as you drive it off the lot.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's the same sort of situation here, and it's just in the surface, the vomit just goes.
I'm just flopping in the sick.
Cascades.
Just flopping around like a fish in the puke.
Through the vomit.
I do want to say, like, as I see that we're just way up, so much up, I pull back a little bit, let that maybe slow down.
Let that even out.
Yeah.
And you can there's like a wobble of contentment in the ship, and from the foredeck you hear.
I gotta tell you, I didn't see this coming, kiddo. How about you guys doing all right? You good?
Incredible.
Let's land this puppy, and we'll reassess. And I pushed down away from myself on the wheel.
Just like directly forward.
Yeah, like too fast.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
Tower terror.
I know.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Rod Sterling's back.
Sterling is back,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, in his esophagus.
Rod Serling is like, he's creepy. Hey, no, we're not doing. Like he's trying to be mischievous. Like he's like,
So
I don't want to learn anything.
you are back in the courtyard. So Chesk has begun to walk away, contented with the knowledge that there is something about this universe that he does understand fully and can comprehend. And so just behind him, it just is back.
Yeah. I mean, before
And you're still up on the veranda looking down.
it's even back, I'm just like, do you think that helps? Do you think that's what I wanted? And then it reappears. And then I go, and then it didn't even work.
He turns around and just stares. Stares at it.
Just get it in the water. Just get it to water.
His hand shakes as he retrieves his wand again, and then he sort of weakly points it toward the vessel and then closes his eyes and wants something to happen.
Sonar, you
Yo.
come in.
I'm trying to get this boat in the water.
I think we got that covered. You can just hop on.
I stagger to the railing and I shout, tell these assorted wizards, we have pierced the very firmament, and I vomit through it. And it's actually just like, and I'm salivating and throwing up, but like trying to like
It's
maintain
so rich.
dignity.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I stand up and it still is coming out. The sky is our domain.
Walnut, you okay?
I'm tying myself to the mast.
Well, no, and it's just like through Cathris's beard, it's like it's like thickened and collected and sort of like
Ew.
almost
Oh, yeah.
icicle type shapes.
You've thrown up in a beard before.
yeah,
Yes.
froth and spit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I go, well, I mean, if I can yell at him from a balcony, I can yell at him from a boat. Because from Dinar's perspective, he did what he thought he was going to do.
Right.
So he just comes downstairs, goes through, like, hard pushes past the guy. And it's like, get it right this time. And then gets on the boat. And then I guess unsummons Clarkmore. Because Clarkmore, how do I get on the boat? How do you get on the boat?
My question.
So it
There's
has
a ladder built on the side. right?
yeah, it has gangplanks and I mean it has everything that one wants.
Okay.
It's a great boat like
Again,
this. You got to climb
escalating?
up a rope ladder?
Yeah, we could just throw you a rope if you want that physical challenge. You want to roll for it?
Fine.
I need all of it.
Like neck to toes.
Like a mummy.
covered in-
But the idea
I just like it when Clarkmore is on Coriander in boat form.
On
It's
boats.
funny to me.
no, we have to do it again. No, but just all we need is this mental image. I'm gonna sell it.
All right.
Sell it to you. I got a great mental image.
Please do.
You come get it.
Look, it's free real estate.
But imagine Clarkmore, like this wide plank. It's like maybe a foot wide, and then Clarkmore is going to be like wobbling. Like it's going to take 20 minutes, if even that's enough.
We'll wait.
Okay.
We'll wait. It's worth it.
It's just mega wide. It's planted the hoof, and then from the hoof to the top, just the knee is like each step.
All right.
Come on.
There's a period of no more than 5 minutes where Clarkmore simply stands stock still in the middle.
Afraid to go forward or back.
Yeah, he do that.
He committed at this point.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, I nudge him along.
Yeah, he's just,
I go, it's worth it.
It is.
I could unsummon and summon you again, but this is worth it.
For some reason.
For some reason, you need to learn.
that's what this is about.
You're so
actually.
proud of him.
Oh, yeah. I'm just like really supportive. Like, you got it, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, so eventually 2 hooves are placed on the deck proper. There's some lateral motion. There's some vomit that's providing a kind of grease.
Oh, not this vomit.
Okay.
It's actually adding
Different
friction.
Yeah, exactly. It's
sand?
nega vomit.
Puking sand.
Yeah, exactly. Hot sand. And Clarkmore comes up and then sort of like takes a place near the main mast, near Walnut.
Get away from me. I don't want you anywhere near me. Nobody come near me.
Remind me what the state of that book was that I found in
Which
my
one?
father's study. The one about the various.
Oh, Rosie has it.
Yeah. What was the?
Tome nooks, the bee stingers, and the spinnerets.
Yeah, but it also explains the importance of bringing people, of telling this story.
Right. The families who went to Athos in
That's
a
right.
ship of clever design.
That's right.
Yes.
But what the 2 books between them communicate is that the families were never meant to be in these new places. And it was, in fact, their purpose to tell this story continuously and eventually return.
Right. So, and understanding this, like, Rosie, you understand this vessel somehow, kind of.
Can I make
really.
sure Walnut's not in earshot?
She's screaming.
Just still screaming.
I don't.
You are imbued with perfect knowledge of operating this vessel.
I feel like you're not listening.
This is profound. No one else could do what you have just achieved.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that sets the bar kind of high for me here.
No, you'll easily clear it. You are the bar in this metaphor.
Chris, I have no idea what I'm doing. You saw what we just did, where we just ended up, and now we're back here?
As above, so below. And I have perfect faith in these wonders. Oh, I can't wait to see what you will show us next. How long have you hidden this secret?
You are exceptionally unhelpful. Okay. Everybody strapped in? Dinar, you're going to want to hold on to something.
Yeah, strapped. What's this now?
Before you even had a chance. I do try to choke back on it more gently than before.
Yeah.
To hopefully not like Tower of Terrorists.
My gorge rises a little bit, like in preparation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know.
Just to make sure you're ready to vomit, right? The kitty.
You're like, what the, dude,
That's my thing.
my bit.
So, but like the lightest draw,
Yes,
toward you.
feather light.
the lightest draw, and a few feet, the armor plates clamp with a clang, snap, snap, snap. And it just begins to take, direct vertical flight.
See?
It is an airship.
That's not so bad.
You look down, Dinar, and Chesk has an expression on his face that makes you believe that he thinks he's figured it out.
And that makes Dinar think that Chesk figured it out.
Just 'cause he's like, oh, I put the one out.
Yeah. Chesk is like, I did it. And he's like, you did it.
So it rises, and you see your world become a marble again.
Okay.
From the sides of the boat, two blade-like wings flip out from the back.
Flight of the Navigator.
Exactly. So vital, right? And it snaps gently into place. And to the fore and aft are the sum total of existence. Shadow Council.
What?
Thank you so
What
much
does that mean?
for coming by, hanging out with us. So good to have our Kate, our precious Kate, is back at it.
I guess.
We're gonna get into the Bee Stinger family business.
Woo!
It's gonna be good times. Thanks so much for rolling through. We're gonna sample the facilities as is our way. When we return, we will feast on your questions and determine a new MVP. We're gonna iterate the entire classic process, and we hope you'll join us for it. We'll see you soon.